Hello, everybody. This is Jeana at Art of Skincare, and we've got Steve McGee here from NeoGenesis.
Hi,
Hello.
everybody.
And we are so excited to be here today because we are celebrating some new products at NeoGenesis. We have 3 new products. But before we hit those, I'm also super excited because I learned that this week actually I think it happened this week, NeoGenesis, they got published. So Steve, tell us about, I know on Tuesday we talked about case studies and getting published in the journals and everything, and what exciting news that you guys got published this week. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, the last time we were visiting, I made mention that even back in 2013, when I first met Dr. McGuire, he had more articles published in PubMed peer-reviewed journals than anybody else in the industry that I had been aware of. And, of course, the PubMed peer-reviewed journals are the gold standard in science. So this most recent paper that was published this week speaks to the efficacy of our products with radiation dermatitis and improving the quality of life of cancer patients, either during radiation or after, depending on when the products are applied. But ended up being a really nice piece. We really enjoyed the organization that did the vetting of the paper for us, and we're super excited that it's been published now.
It is so neat. When you sent that to me, I got goosebumps. I was just so excited about it. And so I got that. We have it in PDF format. So any of you out there that want to read this, it's available to you. Go over to artofskincare.com, reach out to our live chat, and they will get you the PDF so that you can read the study and see what's happening with that. So cool. So,
Thank you.
yes, yes. So NeoGenesis, you guys are so awesome. They're just always looking for how can we improve our products? How can we improve the lives of other people? And one of the neat things that happened over this last year, I know you've been working a little over a year on these new serums, and you came and you talked to me about wanting to work with some acne and some different things, and you were talking about the idea of a salicylic serum, and of course I brought up mandelic serum. You got to have mandelic because I just really love mandelic, and you came up with both. And I really want to give people some background on these 2 new products. So one of them, let me grab them here. So we have 2 new products. We have the mandelic acid 8%. See if the camera can get in there. Oop, there it is. Oh, it's going in and out. Just not sure what to do. And then the salicylic gel. There, it's if my eyes are in the way. If my eyes are there, it doesn't know to go to my eyes or the serum. So we have a salicylic gel. It's a 2% salicylic, and we have the mandelic 8%. And part of what got us so excited about having these new products is that many clients, let's start with just some cell basics, is that it takes generally 5 weeks for new cells to develop and get to the surface of the skin. So when you start using your NeoGenesis recovery serum or booster or skin serum, it's going to take a minimum of 5 weeks before those new cells are starting, that have been freshly nourished, are beginning to rise and reach the surface. Now, as you age, that slows down. So somebody my age, I'm 59, it's probably taking me 8 to 10 weeks to get those to the surface. And the neat thing about these, well, and let me back up a little bit. It gets 8 to 10 weeks to get to the surface, and then you start to see the beginnings of your changes, because at that 8 to 10 weeks, that's not it. That's like, okay, you've got all the results you're going to get. No, that's when your results begin to start visibly showing up, and then it just keeps getting better and better and better incrementally from there. So what's exciting for me about these new products is that they're going to speed up that process. And we're going to see results even faster. And I love that because at Art Skincare, I'm all about results, natural results and faster results. That's all really cool to me. So let's talk, which one first? Let's go salicylic. Salicylic acid was first, the first one done, I believe. And salicylic, now we sell some other salicylic acids on our website, and I think probably the most popular one is one for acne from Face Reality. And the problem that we often have with these acid serums, and we also sell mandelic serum from them, and a few other companies. And the problems that we have sometimes with our acid or active serums is that people who have acne or things going on with the skin that need these serums, oftentimes their barrier is compromised and their skin is extra sensitive. So when you start putting on these acids, if they don't have the right pH balance, if they don't have the right humectants and things going on in there, they can further damage that skin barrier. And then guess what? Your skin gets pissed off and the acne gets worse. Many clients can tell you that it just gets worse. People with perioral dermatitis, they need a little mandelic acid because of that antifungal, antibacterial action. But if it's in the wrong formula, then it's just going to make it all worse because the skin is just going to get so mad. So what I love what Steve did with these serums is he properly pH balanced them. And he put some really wonderful extra ingredients in, propendiol, glycerin, things like that that are going to really help to moisturize the skin at the same time that you're using that acid, and so you're not disrupting the skin barrier. So salicylic acid is a great acid for anyone who has a tendency towards redness, towards inflammation, inflamed breakouts, rosacea. Any other ideas, Steve? I'm hogging the show. I'm just so excited. I can't stop talking. Tell me about I know there's also an extra ingredient in this one. Let me grab it. It's the propionic acid. So the salicylic is unique from my other salicylic serums because that propionic acid, which is an antifungal. So really cool there too. So go ahead. I'm going to let Steve share with me what your thoughts are on the salicylic.
Oh, you did such a great job. My question to you is,
Yeah.
how did it feel on your skin? And I think you had at least 2 other people, Celine, and I think
We
tested
had a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people
the.
trying it, and everybody said it just feels like a nourishing serum. It calms and it soothes. It's got that light exfoliation in it that you need, but it feels like a hydrating serum on the skin. It feels so nice. It feels really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Perfect for rosacea. Rosacea person who's just red, who's dry, who's getting little bumps on the skin. This serum, I just can't wait to start prescribing it to people. So.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to even more feedback. And keep in mind, and I want the people that view this to know that you really were an important inspiration to both of those acids. So and just the brainstorming session with you, and then you were a part of the network of clinics that did the robust testing with it. Mm-hmm. So it's through that kind of loop with the clinic community that we're able to develop a product that better serves. And you have been there every step of the way, and it's been a lot of fun to work with you on this.
Thank you. So let's talk about the mandelic. Here's our mandelic acid, 8%. Oop, there it is. And this kind of goes for both the mandelic and salicylic. A lot of these companies, when they decide they're going to make a mandelic serum, they start throwing so much stuff in there. Niacin, essential oils, and this and that. And one of the things I love about both of these serums is we keep it simple. pH balanced, good humectants, chirally correct ingredients, and the mandelic in this serum is L-mandelic. And so you'll see a lot of mandelic products out there on the market, but they're not chirally correct. And that means they don't have that L in front. If it doesn't have an L in front, it will not treat acne at all. It just won't be effective. And it has a diminished capability to brighten the skin and promote collagen. And it's also irritating to the skin. There's so many mandelic products out there that are very irritating to the skin. This one is not. So I love pulling this mandelic serum. We've been sending it off to people in little sample containers and stuff because we've only had one bottle. But we're just super excited to be able to use this with our acne clients who have more sensitive skin. And even for our aging clients. I'm going to show some case studies to you guys in a few minutes and show where we can use these serums even for aging clients. The mandelic serum is an amazing brightener. and it's an amazing stimulator for collagen, and it's also going to stimulate some cell renewal, so it's going to speed up that cell renewal. So we're talking about having, instead of that 8 to 10 weeks that I just talked about, squishing that back down closer to 5 weeks, so we see a faster results. Yeah. Yep.
I love that
So
too.
one more product, and then we're going to get into some case studies. And I'm real excited to show these case studies because on Tuesday we had some clients asking about crepey skin, neck skin, glycation or elastosis on the face, acne scarring. We're going to show you some case studies on those in a few minutes. I just reached over to grab. I had to get out the third product. We've been wondering what it is. This is a volcanic ash mask. And the neat thing about this mask is that it has a kaolin clay in it. It's got some other great ingredients in there too. It's got bakuchiol in it. And how many people love bakuchiol? Bakuchiol thought to put it into the clay mask. Now some clay masks, when you put them on, of course they have that nice drawing sensation and pulling stuff out of the pores, which we want to do. We want to pull those pollution, the daily pollution out of the skins, any kind of cellular debris, we want to pull that up and out of the skin. We know that pollution in the skin slows down cell renewal. Your skin just can't even repair itself if it's overloaded with pollution. So this is that mask that's going to take care of it. What's neat is that this mask is so gentle. So many kaolin clay masks or other kinds of clay masks are so drying. They dry hard on the skin and they just leave your skin really dried out. This mask does dry on the skin, but it stays kind of pliable and it does not dry your skin out. In fact, when you rinse it off, your skin texture is so smooth and beautiful. Show you guys a little bit. It truly is volcanic ash here. You can tell by the color. I'm getting some out for you guys. See, you can see there.
Absolutely.
Put it on my hand. And leave it on. You never have to worry about this mask over drying your skin. So this is that perfect mask for so many people, but especially if you live in the city or you live around pollution, you work near busy streets where there's car pollution. In Sacramento, we have a fair amount of pollution in the air here, and I love this mask. I love it for that.
You know, you're saying nice things, good things,
Thoughts,
Jeana, but I
Steve?
cannot hear you right now. If you can hear
Sure?
me.
Did we lose him? Oh, you guys. So we are having the hardest time right now. I don't know what it is. Is Mercury in retrograde or something, but our internet connection today has been really bad. First I froze up and now Steve froze up, but he's back. Okay, Steve, tell us about this mask, because I did not give you the inspiration for this mask. This, I don't know how you came up with it. It's brilliant. So share with us how it smells really nice and light. It has no perfume in it. All these ingredients, no perfumes, no alcohols, no dyes, just good, clean stuff that your skin knows what to do with. We've been now calling NeoGenesis intelligent skincare that your body can understand. So tell us, Steve, how did you come up with
I like
this?
that.
Yeah.
Just the way that we're coming up with our other products is just listening to our community, hearing what the needs are, finding population segments that are underserved that we could provide solutions for. And everything that you said about the mask was what was bubbling up for us in terms of, can we create something that is gentle but is great in terms of, like what you talk about, living in polluted areas, the gentle exfoliation and the bakuchiol that you're talking about and whatnot. So like, yeah, it was inspired by a number of people in other clinics, and especially as it relates to the acne clients, we thought this could be a nice addition for that, for some of the protocols for them.
Absolutely, it's wonderful. You know, the other thing this mask does is we've seen that it actually reduces the swelling around your pores. I know some people notice this if they have larger pores, is that the pore can actually swell. And when you reduce that swelling around the pore, it makes the pore look smaller. Of course, nothing we do is going to make a pore smaller, but when we reduce that inflammation around the pore appears much smaller and flatter. And so this is a great pore reducing mask. Love it. I really love
I love it too. You triggered something I'm going to send over to you
Yes.
after we're done today as well on pores. It's pretty interesting.
Okay, great. I would love it, and I'd love to share it with people. So let me have Ben. Ben, can you bring us up our first case study up? Did some quick adjustments, and so now everybody can see. Steve can't see it, but everybody else can see the two case studies that we have up. It's I call them 1 and 2 because they're the top ones on the NeoGenesis website. And I want to talk about the first one on your left first. She's got some freckles, and she's got, you can see in the first picture, she's got quite a bit of glycation going on the sides of her face. And I'm going to find her protocol here, glycation 1. So let me tell you what she was using, okay, you guys. She was using, in the morning, she's using NeoGenesis cleanser, and she's putting on her recovery serum, and then she's putting on intense moisturizer, then she's putting on barrier repair, and then she is putting on her eye serum. And then at nighttime, she's almost doing the same thing, cleansing, putting on recovery, putting on barrier repair. So she's just skipping the intense moisturizer and then putting on her eye serum. And then 2 times a week, she's doing the NeoGenesis enzymes. And I love those enzymes. I have a special recipe that some of you have seen me do where I put the plastic wrap over my face, the saran wrap. That is with the NeoGenesis enzymes. This is 6 months of using this protocol, and what a difference that makes. So somebody was asking us on Tuesday, does it make a difference? It does make a difference, but she didn't see these results in 5 weeks or even 10 weeks. She made a commitment. I encourage you guys to do that. Make that 6-month commitment to seeing it through, because it takes time for this kind of damage in the DNA level to really heal and to see that big difference. Now let's look at the one on the right. I call that our glycation number 2. And this one's really simple. All she did 2 times a day, she used recovery serum and skin serum. Now at first she started out with just skin serum, and then I think it was like 20 days in, she started also using recovery serum underneath it. And so you can see some really nice changes in the texture of her skin as well. Now what I want to point out with both of these patients, they would have had faster results if they'd had the new products. If they were able to use the mandelic serum in these protocols, that would have sped things up. And in fact, in our case number 1 on the left, those dark spots that you see, those probably would be lighter at this point at 6 months. So just keeping that in mind. All right, let's now go over, we brought up another one that's not aging. Ben's going to bring up another picture for you guys, because I've had lots of people reaching out this week asking about acne, how to use NeoGenesis with acne, and also about scarring. What should I do for scarring? And not just the PIH, which we talked about, the dark spots, but also pitted scarring. So Ben's going to bring a picture. Okay, we're back live again. We got the picture up and we've got voice again. This is good. So you can see in these pictures that within 2 months, his skin is looking a lot better. And you can see that even the scarring is softer on his skin. So all he was using was the NeoGenesis MB1 spray. They were just testing out the good bacteria on this kid, and look what a difference just good bacteria made. Now imagine that we were able to add in mandelic and salicylic serum. On this client, I might even do both. I might put on salicylic and then layer the mandelic over it, and then spritz with our MB1. And I think we would even see greater results and faster results with him. It was just super exciting. Now the MB1 spray, those good, and my brain today.
Good bacteria.
Good bacteria. Thank you. The good bacteria is so important for your skin barrier. And the tricky thing is that it gets a little harder to ship in the summer months. So if you want to get MB1, getting it before the end of the month this month is the best time to get it. After March 31st, the price is going to go up a little bit on that because our shipping costs increase because we've got to ship it more carefully to you guys. So just want to throw that little tidbit in there to get your MB1 now. In fact, Artist Skincare, we have our double rewards points through the rest of this week. This is the time to stock up on a few extra bottles of MB1 to have ready to get you through the hot summer months. So I love this. I'm going to now bring up our questions because I see we have a few questions here. Ben's going to get us lined up. Thank you, Ben. Is that my top one? Oh, no, it's not. Let's get to the top. Okay, let's get in here. Jessica was on, I think, before we even got live today. Welcome, Jessica. She says she's so excited for the new products. Oh, and then she wants to know, what was the decision? Do we apply recovery before or after our toners or essences? And so this is what we came up with. And you guys try it out and see how it works for you. So what we're saying is that if you need to apply your toner or your peel solution with a pad, so you're rubbing it into the skin, do that first, let it dry, and then put recovery serum on. If you're using a mist or spritz, then you can put on recovery first or any of the other serums first, and then use your spritz after that. Some people like to spritz before they put on the moisturizer. Some people even like to spritz after the moisturizer. We even have oily clients that use the moisturizing spritz as their moisturizer. So once they put on the moisturizing spritz, then they just put on their sunscreen. So hopefully that helped you guys.
Good.
And then we have a question, is this recommended for acne? And I think that person asked before we got started, so I'm just going to skip on. And actually NeoGenesis piped in and said, yes, these are especially for acne skin. Joseph, my good friend Joseph, wants to know, where did you source the volcanic ash? Was it ethically sourced? And what are the details? What an interesting product, volcanic ash. Yeah, it is. So tell us about that.
I would have to check on the literal source. I would say just in terms of our ethos, we're all about not only clean products, but also just integrity to the land, integrity to the people. So I think we source our all of our ingredients very carefully. The literal source of that ingredient, I'd have to look up for you and get back to you on that.
Literally volcanic ash. Yeah,
Yep.
I can see you, Steve, going out to the active volcano and like getting your ash.
I was going to send you a picture, but I thought, nah, forget about it.
I love it. You can do that in the future. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, then Lisa says here, I understand our topic is acne products. Does NeoGenesis do skin and hair care products with stem cells, etc.? Or are they going to branch out in those areas? So we already have all kinds of skin products. I mean, everything we're talking about here today is for aging, acne, any kind of healthy aging, preventative aging, any kind of disease with the skin or injury, like we said, radiation, scarring, hair care. We have the hair serum that we talked about on Tuesday. There is a hair growth serum. But what about, Steve, like shampoo or conditioner? What's your thought on that?
Not at this point.
Okay.
We thought about it, just not at this point.
Okay. And
Yeah,
then,
and in addition to the indications you were talking about that I mentioned also on Tuesday, chronic issues as well. You've got such a wide range of clients that you're helping with aging concerns and positive aging intentions, but also those chronic issues like eczema and psoriasis and so on that we touched on Tuesday as well.
yes.
There's so many people, especially with this stressed out skin today, that those kinds of issues are really growing in number across the country, and probably a high percentage of your clients, they might be dealing with certain things for their complexion, but they've then got other skin issues as well that they're not really thinking about,
Yeah.
that you could help with.
Yes, that we absolutely help with body, things on the body, irritations, the scalp, psoriasis or dandruff in the scalp. If you part the hair and spritz in the moisturizing mist into the scalp and then take the hair serum, I don't have it over here today, the hair serum, and work that down into the damp. You want your hair to be, everything to be a little damp with a moisturizing mist, and then rub that into the areas where you have plaque psoriasis or any kind of psoriasis. We've seen great results with that. And I'm also excited about the Salicylic serum, even for the scalp and people who have plaque psoriasis that I have a few people I know of that have that. And that's one of the people I'm going to be testing and do my own case study with, rubbing the salicylic acid gel into those areas and really massaging it in, because I think we're going to see really great results with that. There are some results on the NeoGenesis website where you can see plaque dermatitis on knees and elbows and things like that, and it's a miracle for those people. It really is good stuff.
Definitely.
Let's see, we have Maria says, can mandelic serum be replaced with salicylic? Yes, you can use one or the other of those serums. Some people like to combine both. Everybody's skin is a little bit different. For me, my skin tends not to like salicylic acid very much, although I've been able to use this without the problem because of the nice pH balance and everything. My skin tends to like mandelic better, but there's many people who their skin doesn't like mandelic, and so we put them on salicylic. Or maybe we have a pretty severe case of acne going on, and we found that layering the two, first putting on the salicylic and then the mandelic on top of it, has been really powerful for them. So there's lots of ways to play with these acids. Okay. Everybody let me know they saw the pictures, so that's good.
Oh, good.
Joseph wants to know, based on your case studies, do men and women achieve the same results? Better or worse results? How long to see results based on your case studies, as I have only seen female case studies? There are men. I'm sorry, Joseph. You know what? I'm so bad. There are, if you go to NeoGenesis website and look at the case studies, the results pages, there are lots of men on there. And I'm going to make it a point to go over and nudge my marketing team and say, hey, you guys, let's get some pictures of the men up here so you guys can see. There's lots of good pictures, but I'm going to turn it over to Steve as far as like timing. Do men see faster or shorter results or better results?
And are we thinking more towards skin or hair or both?
I think with Joseph, we're talking about skin, because he's a skin lover. And yeah. And what I love about Joseph is that Joseph does all the steps. My husband's like that too. My husband's really good about doing his routine morning and night. He didn't used to be when he was younger, but now he just turning 60. We have the birthday on the same day, so I'm turning 59. He's turning 60. And I'd say for the last 5 years at least, he's been really diligent morning and night, putting it on. And I know that Joseph's that same way. But Steve, do you do your routine morning and night? Or you just put it on when you shave?
Yes, when I shave.
I am going to send Steve a protocol, and I'm going to make him sign a contract that he's going to do this protocol every day. So I would say that the biggest, and the reason I don't mean to poke fun at Steve, but the reason I say that is because many men aren't consistent. And many men will only treat one thing. I have so many men that just want an eye product. All they care about is the eye thing that they're seeing. And they're really inconsistent. And so I think sometimes that can make it hard to really compare between men and women, because women are on the higher percentages of being really consistent with their skincare, where men can sometimes not be as consistent.
That is true.
Yeah.
And but you said Joseph is consistent.
He is, and he has really beautiful skin. Really beautiful skin. He's harder on himself. Yes. Okay. Paula wants to know, how do you incorporate MB1 spray? So I think in the beginning, when we were first testing MB1, we were putting it on after the serums, but before the moisturizer. And correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, but I think we found with time that it's best to apply it after everything else. So put on your moisturizer, put on your sunscreen, put on your foundation, and then spritz. Correct?
Perfect. You
That's
got
it.
it. Yeah.
So it is your finishing product, morning and night. Yeah.
Yes. And
Okay.
some people, by the way, with MB1, just as moisturizing mist, they'll spritz a couple of times during the day just because
Yes.
they love how it feels.
Yes, especially if you have to be wearing a mask. Spritz it
Yes.
on and then put your mask back on. We're also tired of masks.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Maria here wants to know, what is the difference in anti-age products and NeoGenesis, as they are both stem cells? Steve, you are so good at addressing this issue. I'm going to let you just go for it.
Yeah, I'll start with the brief answer.
Okay.
Anti-Age believes in the use of bone marrow stem cells. NeoGenesis believes in the use of skin resident stem cells because that's what Mother Nature is doing. Mother Nature has specific stem cells for each tissue type in your body: skin, eyes, brain, kidneys. So those skin-specific stem cells have been developed over millenniums, right, to do what the skin needs most. Bone marrow stem cells, Mother Nature will pull those in just briefly if there's a major accident, a major gash to the skin, just to cover that wound up as quickly as possible. But then Mother Nature withdraws the bone marrow stem cells and uses the resident stem cells in the skin tissue to not only finish that job, but to give the skin the health that it needs.
Yes. I love that. I love that description of it. Also, in my own studies and looking around, I have many clients that have had skin cancers. And for me, and what I'm recommending to my clients is that they just use NeoGenesis stem cells. If I don't recommend any kind of growth factors, the EGFs, TGFs, any of those. They're they're in so many products right now. But if you've had a skin cancer, don't use EGFs. Don't use those other stem cells because they're just not right for you. They're not the right kind of stem cell for you. The NeoGenesis stem cell is the one that's safe for you guys. So let's move down here. Oh, Pam says, what about the menopausal woman? What products would you suggest? And so all of NeoGenesis products are great for the menopausal woman. And I'll add to those, I use the Emma Pell products with them. And so I have some other videos, you can look for them. Or you can reach out to us at artofskincare.com and I can share the protocol with you that combines Emma Pell products with NeoGenesis products.
Love it.
Okay, and Noreen says, I'm 44 and so far I don't have wrinkles. Thank
Yay!
God. I would like to know, should I invest in the recovery or the booster or just the NeoGenesis serum? Thank you. You want to go for it, Steve?
I want to hear what you have to say,
it?
Miss Jeana. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so
I can touch on it too, but please go ahead.
yeah, I have so many thoughts on it. So 44, I remember being 44. You know, what happens is that a lot of times, a lot of you have great skin. I had pretty good skin too in my 40s. What happens when we hit 50, and I have so many clients reach out to me when they hit 50, and they go, uh-oh, something's gone awry here. All of a sudden, I'm seeing all this stuff happening on my skin. And so when you're in your 40s, it's that time to do that super important preventative care, that kind of healthy aging care to make sure you're on track. So you might not need to use recovery. You could choose between booster serum and skin serum, and both of those will be really good for you. It kind of depends what other products you're using and which ones play friendliest with your other products. I love booster. I have many clients in their late 30s who love booster, and so maybe that's where you want to start. Generally, skin serum, it has the lowest percentage of the stem cell cytokines, but it's fantastic because it has way more humectants in it. So booster has humectants, but then skin serum has way more humectants, but booster has the higher stem cell cytokines. So generally, I'm going to recommend, if you can, to go with booster. The times when I pull in skin serum is when I need extra hydration on top of booster or on top of recovery, or if I have a teenager with some mild acne or something, or somebody whose skin is just healing really slow and they're younger and there's no way they can afford recovery serum, then I'm going to pull skin serum for them. And we use it a lot with our acne clients who are younger. So anything else you want to throw in, Steve? Or did we...
I think you touched on it just right in terms of the preventative work, especially, I think is so valuable. Tending to things before they become visible is super helpful.
Yeah.
And and she deserves the best.
You bet. And so when I showed the client pictures earlier of the glycation and elastosis, that didn't just happen when they turned 60 or turned 70. That started when they were in their 30s and 40s. And so that's why we've got to start early, take care of the skin. Just like they say with sunscreen, right? So much of that sun damage started when we were just little kids playing out in the sun. So sun prevention has to start at a really young age as well, or sunscreen, sun damage prevention has to start at a really young age. Okay, let's see what else we have here. We have Maggie says, is it okay to derma roller first, then apply NeoGenesis? So yes, Steve and I have been talking about microneedling and coming up with some fun recipes for you guys for microneedling. And the way to do this with the NeoGenesis is you're going to put on recovery serum first, and then you're going to roll. And it's really important to roll with damp skin. So you can either put skin serum on to keep the skin damp, or you can mist with your moisturizing mist to keep the skin damp while you're rolling. And then when you're finished, then you put on another layer of your recovery serum. So you're putting on, these anti-inflammatory things and really things that are going to stimulate healing and be really supportive beforehand, and then you're doing it again afterward. So there, and then let's go to Joseph has another question. When you are microneedling, do you use the booster as well as recovery, or just the recovery? Why or why not? If all you had was booster, sure, use booster. But when you're doing something where you're causing a little damage and potentially inflammation to your skin, you're going to want the highest concentration of your stem cell cytokines. So you want to pull, if you can, you want to use recovery serum in that situation. I guess if you're one of those people that's super, super sensitive, we talked about that on Tuesday. Some people who have a lot of redness or really sensitive skin, and their skin just does better with booster, and then use booster. Because there's just a million different ways to do these things that are right for each individual skin. Everybody is so unique. And then Joseph says, can you use the Sculpla mist with recovery and booster while microneedling? No. No. The reason you don't want to do that, we talked about this on Tuesday, we touched on it, is that the body knows what to do with certain ingredients. And if you put certain chemicals or other perfumes and things like that, other ingredients on your skin, your body doesn't know what to do with. You don't want to microneedle those into the skin. A lot of those things, like your Sculpla mist, it has specific growth factors that they're kind of isolated and pulled out for one purpose, and that is just to make the tissues swell up so you get that plumping. And that's fun with the Sculpla, but you don't want to be needling that into the skin. That's actually inflammation causing, and it's just going to increase inflammation to put those ingredients on and then roll them into the skin. I kind of have a soapbox about that. I kind of get up on my soapbox, and sometimes I go over into our live chat area where my estheticians are, and I'll see a question come in on live chat on something like that, and I'll pull over my soapbox and get up and stand up and say, okay, you guys, I'm going to give you this lecture that I want to give the client. And we use it as a learning opportunity, so then they know how to help the client. But that would be one of my soapbox moments when I get up and say, no, microneedling, you have to look at what you're putting on the skin. You want only things that your skin recognizes. Hyaluronic acid is already in your skin, so it knows what to do with it. Stem cell cytokines, it knows what to do with those. Use those simpler ingredients that are pH balanced and all that good stuff. Okay, and Joseph's clapping. Yay. I'm glad he lets me chastise him and he still loves me. Yay. Okay. All right, we have hit all the questions. Um, I think,
I want to make
yes.
can I make a comment
Yes,
from my
you go
end?
ahead, please.
Um, I really liked that you're, advising people to go look at case studies on the NeoGenesis website. What I also want your people to know, when you listen to Jeana just today, and let alone, I know you guys love her and you've known her for some time, but make sure that just because you come to our site to look at case studies, be in touch and work with Jeana and her team on your product selection and your home protocol. I listened to your information both Tuesday and today, because again, you're in the practical clinic space, right? And you work with thousands of people every year, and you have for a number of years. So when you look at just what kind of practical experience you have and all the comments you made today, it's really important for people to get the right advice, the right counsel, and you are the place to get that. So I just want to really emphasize, because sometimes people get excited, again, our website, they go, I'm here, just convenience, I'm going to buy something off the NeoGenesis website. But really, you should get Jeana's full counsel, or one of her team members' full counsel, on what's happening with your skin, what are your goals and concerns, and based on that, what is a good program for you to be able to have at home and get that advice and motivation from Jeana and her team from afar. So our R&D team will listen to both Tuesday and today's comments, because there's so many practical comments that you made about uses of our products, and we're going, that really makes sense, and let's do some more research there as well.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Thank
No,
you so
thank
much.
you.
Thank you. So this has been so much fun. And, I'm always looking at improving my live broadcasts. And so if this is the kind of broadcast that you like to see, and this has been really helpful to you, be sure to hit the like button. I hate saying it, self-promoting myself in that way, but it's really important because it helps me to know what do you guys want to see and what do you want to see more of, so that we can keep bringing you good content that's really relevant to your life and your skin. So I think that we are done here. Let's see if we have anything. NeoGenesis, thank you, Steve. Thank you for your commitment to your great products. Thank you for coming on this week and sharing with us. Appreciate you so much. And I can't wait to get my skis and head on over to Colorado and do some skiing with you. I'm going to do that next winter. And maybe we can do a live broadcast from the slopes. It'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. All right. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
it's been wonderful once again, and I to you and your audience of people that care about you, it's a blast, and yeah, let's do this again. Just let me know when.
We'll do it. Okay. Take care.
Thanks for
Bye-bye.
now.